Hey, Faulty here. So I'm doing a little project on my truck, um, and I bought these little fog lights. I got an aftermarket bumper, so I don't care about the pigtail. But and the only reason I say that I don't care about the pigtail is because the people who took my original bumper off took the whole harness off with it, I guess, to make their job easier. So now I don't have a harness for my fog light, so I'm gonna hardwire these in, but that's gonna be a different video. Um, But while I was getting ready to put these in on my bumper, I was seeing how they connect, and I noticed they don't have any instructions on it. It comes with the mount, but I'm gonna show you real quick today how to take these cheap Amazon headlights and make them a better quality, um, how to make them last a little longer, and how to actually put on the bracket. I'm not gonna show you how to wire it on because I'm gonna do that in the next video. But on this video, I'm just going to go real quick on how to set these up to get them installed. Now, I'm going to do a little unboxing on one of them because I got 4 of them. So this is the one I already took apart. And I cut the tape on this one just so you can see how it already comes. But you're going to notice as soon as you open it up, it comes with a bag of screws. It doesn't tell you which screw goes where. It's kind of common sense, but maybe not for everybody. It gives you 2 little brackets, one for each headlight. And this is the actual, or fog light, not headlight. This is the actual fog light, and that's it. That's all that's in the box. There's nothing more in this box. Watch me lift it up and there'll be instructions in this one. But yeah, there's no instructions anywhere in this box. And I couldn't find a video online or anything of how to do it. So what I did read on, because these are cheap Amazon headlights. These are not headlights, fog lights. I keep saying headlights. These are cheap Amazon fog lights. I think this was like 20 for a pair or something like that. I don't remember. It might have been 30 for a pair. So I looked it up. They're actually $27 for a pair. So this is about 40 bucks. There are a lot nicer ones out here, but honestly, this quality seems like it's pretty solid. It's not cheap material. It feels like it's solid. The thing I noticed, which I noticed another YouTuber said, was the finish on it is pretty bad. So like this is brand new. You can see it's already scratched up. There's like a couple of dents in it. So this isn't something maybe you're gonna want sitting on the outside of your vehicle. But mine actually goes inside my bumper, so I'm not too worried about it. With that being said, I think that's all these are. These are just a better quality light with some imperfections in the finish of it, so they reduced it at a price, kind of like an outlet store would do. So one thing I didn't hear, I've heard a lot of reviews on these cheap lights. They get fog on the inside of them. They get moisture on the inside of them. And so all I'm doing is I'm going to take this apart before I get started. Take these little screws out. So I already did this one right here. Took the little screws out. Took that plate off. And I guess the only real seal is there's this rubber right here that this glass sits on top of. And if you look real close right here, you can see when you press in on that glass, maybe you can't tell, but when you press in on this glass, it's supposed to, yeah, you can see right there. So when you press in, it's supposed to seal it, but I don't want to push too hard. If you see the bottom of this, there's nothing special about it. It literally just clamps onto this glass, and there's no rubber on there or anything. So I don't want to clamp it too hard to create that seal. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to take some Mega Black high temp silicone. Doesn't need to be high temp, I just have this already, and I'm just going to put it around this edge right here. I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes just to skin over, and I'm going to put that on, and I'm only going to let it skin over so when I tighten it down it doesn't all squeeze out. It'll actually kind of create a little bit of a gasket. And I'm going to do that, and then once I get this done, I will be installing this. So I'm going to pause this and set up this because Which, by the way, if you see this, I have some stuff in here. Let me see if I can hold this. The only reason I do it like this is because this piece right here, it comes right out. And that's what I use to keep this clean. So, pro tip for you. So I'm gonna get this set up, and I'm gonna try to make this a one-take video, because honestly, my biggest problem I have with creating videos is the editing. Once I have to get to the editing part, I don't want to do it anymore. So this is gonna be a one-take video, no editing. I might pause the video, but I'm not gonna actually edit the video. So wish me luck on that. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it on that rubber, on the side of the rubber and on the side of the glass, so it kind of seals the glass to the rubber and also the rubber to the housing. And that way, anyway, so if you can see right there, no matter where the water's trying to come in, it can't come in. Sorry if I keep getting too close to the camera, or if I keep getting the camera too close to the shot. It's kind of hard to film and do this. So basically, that's the whole process I'm gonna do. Just like that. And I'm not gonna wipe this or anything, because I don't want it to smear all over the glass. And if it skins over a little bit, it's less likely to squeeze out on there. So let's see if I can do a wide angle screen on this without stopping the video. There you go, wide angle. All right, I should have done that in the first place. So yeah, I'm gonna do these three, and then I will turn this back on, and I'm gonna pause this, do these three, unpause it, put this back on, and then pause it, do these three, and then I'll show you how these mounts go on. Okay, so I got these all on, and it's still a little wet, but not super wet. See, it's not wet enough to stick to my finger, but it's still wet enough to be malleable. A little bit stuck to my finger, but anyways. So now I'm just gonna put this on here, and I'm gonna tighten it down uniformly, meaning I'm gonna tighten one screw till it gets kind of snug. I'm just gonna tighten this one so it lines up. Okay. So I'm not tightening it all down in one pass. I'm actually just tightening it a little bit. And then go to the next one. So this is actually hard to do with one hand, so I'm gonna pause the video again and finish this on this one. I got my little helper help me on this one. Say hey, Shirley.
Hi.
Alright. So, anyways, you can see this side's starting to get tight. There's still a gap. I'm just being careful not to over tighten it so I don't break the glass, because this is metal directly on glass. But you can see she's helping me with these ones. And I probably let this sit for about 15 minutes. Probably maybe a little longer than I wanted to, but something came up. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it. Okay, so now we got all these put back together. And I'm going to show you how to put this stand on it. And if you notice, it leans one way. So, depending on if you want to point yours up or back, this little groove in it is made so if you put it, it sits inside this hole like these. So if you put it down, it'll point further down before it stops. If you put it the other way, it'll let you point it higher up. So I think since mine are going to be fog lights, I probably am more realistically going to want them going down a little more. So I'm putting it this way. But this is where it starts getting hard. There's a bunch of random bolts. They don't tell you which one goes to which. So obviously, there's only 2 big bolts, 2 big washers. So this is how I'm going to attach it. Because if you notice, this big bolt won't fit in that hole. Okay? Alright. So, there's cutouts in here for this the little screw for the little one to fit in there. You drop that in there. You put this in here like this. Is that the right way? No, it's not. This way. And then I'll take this little screw, little Allen head screw. It'll slide in here. You're gonna line it up with that. It'll drop right in that little bolt. Can you see it? And this is where it starts getting weird. It spins a little bit. So you're gonna want to let it spin a little bit. If you can get it in there just a little bit, it'll drop down. And then that little groove that it sits in. Are you watching it? Can you see it? The little groove it sits in is cut out perfectly for this to not spin. So it's kind of a little bit of a challenge. And then, anyways, you get to a certain point where it pulls it out of the groove. I did this one, assuming if I did both sides, maybe it would tighten it on one side and allow it to stick. That doesn't work, so the way you're going to have to do this to tighten it up, because I tried a wrench. Let's see if I have my wrench with me. Try a wrench won't get in there. It won't actually get in there, even though that is the right size wrench. So just stick a screwdriver between that nut and that little groove. That works. And now it's not so loose that it can't move. And then when you put it on, you're gonna actually have to mess with it. These will bolt right here. They'll go through the bottom right here, and it'll attach to whatever you're trying to attach it to. Maybe that way. No, definitely this way. But I'm gonna cover that in the next video when I put them on my thing. So as far as getting it set up, that's as far as you need to do to get it set up. Let me know if you like this video.